Beautiful, beautiful, juicy breast out. Hi everybody, welcome back. So today's video is going to be about the benefits and pros to breastfeeding. And I mean, this is not me advocating for or against breastfeeding. It is me simply kind of sharing some fun learning facts I have gotten out of my 2 pregnancies and my 2 kids. Number 1 is an important one for me. And let me tell you, when your baby is crying for food at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, you don't necessarily want to roll out of bed because you're instantly freezing cold, as you know, when you get out of your covers. Go to the fridge, find the formula or the breast milk that you've pumped, find the bottle. This is all in the dark, by the way, because you do not want to put the lights on. That's the last thing you want to do. You might have other people sleeping and it's not comfortable for your eyes or the baby's because you want to maintain that dark setting. So in the dark, you're doing all this. And then you have to warm up the bottle. You will nod off at some point on some of the feeds and you will overwarm that bottle. Now, while your baby is still crying, you have to cool the bottle somehow. This has happened to every mother at night who is using a bottle. Yes. But whereas if you're breastfeeding, you can literally roll over, pick up the baby if the baby's in your room, pull your shirt up or down, take this beautiful, beautiful, juicy breast out, pop them on, suck, 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 happy, 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 everybody's happy. And I absolutely love that convenience of just popping my breast out and feeding the baby at those horribly late hours. So it's very convenient during the nights, especially. Number 2 is guilt-free eating no matter what. Because I would have everything. I would have pecan pie, bubble tea, black milk bubble tea, 2 a day. It was 800 calories per one, which I didn't know until I looked it up like 6 months ago just for fun. And I would just, people would look at me, oh my gosh, you've been here 3 times having bubble tea. And I'd be like, it's for my son, okay? Don't judge me. Yeah, I would do that face, like it's for my son. Like at Thanksgiving, I took 2 pecan pies, like gigantic ones, and everyone's like, oh, there's not enough for everybody. And I'm like, I'm feeding my son through the pecan pies, okay? Like I had this serious look and everyone's like, oh, okay, sorry, you're right, you're right, sorry. So I would just go around and say, it's for my son. And that's the excuse I used, and for 18 months, that's what I said, it was for my son. So the guilt-free eating was wonderful. Also, number 3, it's convenient to pull at your breast in kind of many different settings, whether you're at the park, you're at the mall, you're at your mom's house, wherever it may be. It's very easy just to pull out your breast and put the baby on it, and you can multitask as well. You can look at your other kids playing. You can even hand free if you're kind of doing this. Whereas with bottle feeding, it's kind of like a 2-hand job, I find sometimes. Whereas with breastfeeding, I can often kind of go like this. I've walked around and breastfed actually as well. Whereas with bottle feeding, again, you have to often carry around an ice pack bag. If you have your pumped milk with bottles and nipples, make sure it's cleaned. The whole cleaning thing takes a while for the bottles. It's just so much easier to pull out your breast, right? And same with formula, you have to carry around bottles with you, right? And luckily I had a husband to haul all this stuff for me, right? He would carry this big, gigantic blue bag around everywhere. He's probably traumatized by looking at it. Anyway, so it's a lot more convenient to just kind of have the girls with you and pull them out whenever you need to. As a mother who has breastfed, exclusively bottle fed and pumped formula, the whole shebang, I truly find breastfeeding, the intimacy and bonding I experienced was different. I feel like it was deeper with breastfeeding, for me at least. And the way they angelically fall asleep on your breast, and then you could kind of lie down or relax with them as they're sleeping. It was just such a beautiful feeling. It would take my breath away. It was mesmerizing. There was nothing like it. So I do find for myself the bonding and the intimacy through breastfeeding versus bottle feeding a bit different. I guess, again, that is just for me. Also, another important thing to keep in mind is breastfeeding is free, $0, super cheap, whereas pumping, the machine can be $500, up to $500. Thank goodness I had my sisters. And you have to replace parts sometimes because the suction may be kind of worn down, the inside part of it, and pay for bottles as well. And holy smoly, don't need to get into how expensive formula is, right? Really expensive. So cheap, budget friendly. The breasts are budget friendly. Yes. Also, there's many studies to show that breastfeeding can pass on immunoglobulins to your baby, and that can help with their immune system. And there's also weaker studies to indicate there are higher or more positive educational outcomes for breastfed babies. Again, that is lastly, it may not be important on your list, but hey, I'll take what I can get, is the weight loss. Yes, because when you breastfeed, it takes calories to breastfeed. So they're removing calories as they're breastfeeding off your breast. And also breastfeeding in the beginning especially can help kind of contract your uterus and shrink it a little faster, which is nice. And I'm not gonna lie, I put on 70 pounds with my first, and it was a bonus to have the accelerated weight loss, which I wasn't looking for or prioritizing, but it came along with it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna complain about it, right? So it was nice if you're looking for that. Lastly, a lot of cleaning is involved with bottles. I mean, do you sterilize? Do you not? And the sterilizing thing is like huge also, right? And you're always cleaning the pump stuff. I mean, thank goodness my husband is the most helpful person. He would clean all my bottles, all my pump stuff, everything. I had like triple of everything because when he came home from work at 5 p.m., the whole counter is covered with breast milk, old bottles, used nipples, pumping supply, everything. And he would just come home, the sweet, amazing husband he is, and clean everything up every single day. That was his routine. And I mean, you know, what would make him one up is if he came home at his lunch and did it too. I'm totally kidding. That was so inconsiderate. No, but it would have been nice. No, I'm just kidding. He has a really intense job. I wasn't expecting that. Hoping, but wasn't expecting. Anyways, thank goodness I had him, because he would do all my cleaning for me. And luckily for the second baby, I exclusively breastfed. And so there's no cleaning. And oh my goodness, it was so much easier. And I mean, if I ever had a third, I would exclusively breastfeed again, just because I don't want to do all the cleaning involved, all the sterilizing, all the nipple, taking those suction stuff off the pump things and the bottles and nipples. No, it was just so much easier because my breasts are clean. It's a closed system, clean system. It was easy. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, subscribe for my weekly mommy videos, or like this video if you liked it, and have a beautiful, wonderful night. Bye.